to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Wow. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. Yeah, we're late, man. It sucks. I can't believe what just happened. But we're here. Glad you guys hung out a little bit. Sorry we're late. It's just the way it is. Can't explain what happened. It's like a whole sudden time shift. It just happened. It did. But we're here and we're ready to go. So I want to say thanks for hanging out. We're going to talk about the briefly, not a lot, maybe a little bit. We're going to go a little late because I'm late. So don't worry, you'll still get the full show. Whatever that means. But a lot of stuff happened. And what really sad is what happened in Maui, Lahaina. So I'm going to play a video here in a second, but it's amazing what happened in Lahaina in Maui. We're going to go over it all, but I wanted to talk about that because over the years, strange fire events have happened, especially in California, where people thought there was some sort of weapon that was used. And when they had the California fires, I remember, people lost their effing minds. There were scorch marks that seemed to have come from the heavens, and you can see it hit the side of the mountain and burn. Awfully strange, you know? Just, it looked like something came out, hit the mountain, hit the side of this mountain, and it burnt it, and it went down. Then there was another strike, and it looked like that, and another, and there were all of these scorch marks that were so hot that experts were saying, there's no way fire can get this hot and do what it did to cars, foundations of homes, fireplaces. Usually the last thing in a house to go is the fireplace, right? Those were the first. No, they weren't. But that is some sort of accuracy in there somewhere. Unbelievable. What's this? Joe Monk. Hey, man, how you doing? Couple of years ago during the Million Acre Fires, I saw lightning that didn't look like lightning. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was the lightning that, I don't know. It kind of looked like plasma from what people were saying. There were strange, no, I don't know. I'm just trying to fit in. I don't know about the lightning, and that's a first for me. Yeah, trying to eat dinner, drink it, but let's do a little roll call. Get this show on the road. We're still doing the 2. Don't worry, we're doing the full show. I'm not working out. Remember, not yet. Not till next week. Ready? You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Dorothy Hawkins. Truthology for ufology for you. Thanks, Dorothy. You've been a member forever, even longer than 13. So I can't thank you enough for that. You can become a member of Goof On. Yeah, the video was supposed to go out. I didn't like it. It'll be out later. Yeah, it's almost done. You'll see. Thanks, Dorothy. Ed Chaffee. 99-cent, $1 super sticker. That's a mucho gusto generoso. Right at 7:49, 3 minutes ago. Thank you very much, mucho gusto generoso. Welcome to the show. And Jeanette with the two pound, 2 quid super sticker. That's a mucho gusto generoso style, if I ever saw one. Grazie. Grazie. Jeanette, the angel of Goof On. Thanks, Jeanette. You guys can help support the show. Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. We survive because of you. That's why you get it every day. That's why you get the excitement every day from Goof On. Because of you. So, if you want to help support Goof On, all the links are in the show description. Also, it looked like somebody threw a PayPal down. I think that's Jeanette. It is you. I didn't expect that one. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso at PayPal. Jeanette also threw down $12.20 on PayPal. I don't think there's any more to go over. No. Thank you, Jeanette. Really. Seriously. Thank you. No, you are the angel of Goofon, the best ever. Thank you. And welcome to the show, Sapphire Elf. Welcome to the show, Dorothy. Welcome to the show. I don't know why this is happening. Zach Diecast Montu. Welcome to the show. Hey, Andy. How you doing, Mr. Nibiru? Welcome to the show, by the way. Sean. Welcome to the show. Hey, Samo. Goofonian Rockstar. How you doing, Chief? Welcome to the show. Hollywood. Goofon. What about the Cousins brothers? I'll explain what happened to them. Shelly Michelle Morrison, welcome to the Sick. Welcome to the show. Kung Fu Grasshopper. How you doing? Daily Drama. I like your style, man. What's up, Tyler Sawyer? Today's Tyler Sawyer, he gets high on you in the space he invades. He gets by on two. Tyler Sawyer. FGraph 72. Welcome to Jeremy Seth. Hey. Good to see you too. Welcome to the show. How you doing, Mr. McLeese? Peter McLeese. Good to see you, brother. FAP Dynamite. FAP. Democrats probably told Biden just to prove these fires and we can blame Trump. It's that easy. All right, okay. What's up, GOB? Greg O'Brien, nice to see you, brother. What's up, Bones? Alfie Joe Bob, welcome to the show, everybody. Abe Froman, the Sausage King. Yes. Yeah, we've got a few UFO reports tonight to go over. Absolutely Oprah. And Richie Hag. How you doing, Hag? Good to see you back. I don't know. I've never seen him before. Pyramid 7. I've seen you. How you doing? Welcome to Unknown Sender. How you doing? Sputnik. Welcome to the show. Jeremy Seth. Welcome to the show. And Steve K. With the 5 pound. Why did I do that? I even said don't. It's not a pound. It's $5. It's a $5 super dono. Yeah, eventually this beard will go away, but it's going to get ugly before it gets gone. Because until I gain the weight back that I lost, this beard stays. You're not going to see the decrepit, skinny me underneath all this hair. Where did my watch go? All right, ready? I know, I'm very shallow. I'm very vain. That's who I am. Steve K, thank you, man. I appreciate the love, brother, manhood, that we can say that to each other and have no side effects happen. All right. Everybody's wondering, who the hell's this guy in the background under the UFO right here? That's Scambian. I don't know if they're sucking or blowing him out. Either way, what an asshole. Thanks, Steve K. Mucho gusto generoso. I thought so. All right. Hi, Dorothy. All right. So check this out. I got a great video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Don't need to. But I have got some videos of the fire that only took about 4 to 5 hours to wipe away one of the greatest. I've been there twice. And in 02 and in 03. And it's sad that it's gone. Great tourist place. Cousins brothers were telling me all sorts of shit. Those guys, unbelievable. Here, I'm going to show you. They made a video. So here we go. I'm going to play it from Hawaii, the Cousins brothers. And what they saw from the Big Island. They live on the Big Island. Now, out now. There's a hurricane 500, 300 miles off to the south of the Big Island. Now, what's happened supposedly is that the wind shear from that and another off-coast low or high-pressure system took the winds from this hurricane and directed them almost like a beam from the main island all the way down to Hawaii in the north or up. And the Cousins brothers are on the Big Island, which is almost the furthest point away from where this happened. Yet there was still an anomaly. So check this out from the Cousins brothers in Hawaii. The Lahaina fires, Maui.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we've got the special report. Everybody's been asking what's going on in Hawaii. We were there on location as the unprecedented hurricane brought dramatic winds and fire across the state of Hawaii. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon. We wanted to let you guys know we're safe. We appreciate the well wishes coming in from around the world, but we were there on location as it all started right here on the Big Island of Hawaii, and then transferred to Maui County, Lahaina, devastated right now. But what we witnessed over here on the west side of the Big Island was unprecedented. A dust storm, heavy winds coming from the Hurricane Cat 3 as it was south of the Big Island. And then all of a sudden, a dust storm like we've never seen before presented itself across the Kauai Harbor. Little did we know this was something to precede something that was unprecedented in the state of Hawaii. Look at what happened. A dust storm, the power lines started to blow, and then all of a sudden a fire broke out right here in Kauai with the 85-mile-an-hour winds, which we were privy to on location. What a wild day. And then unfortunately what happened in Maui is something that's heartbreaking right now. It's hard to comprehend actually what happened within the past 24 hours. It's basically a Titanic story. A whaling town, historical, 250 buildings and homes destroyed along the coastline of Lahaina. And right now, this is something that the world is going to get their mind wrapped around. Over maybe $3 billion to $2 billion in damage, loss of life, something unprecedented. So this is a special episode. No UFOs tonight, just kind of what's happening in our backyard right now in the state of Hawaii. We just wanted to give you the update. We followed the volcanic eruption in Leilani Estates 5 years ago. We want to give you an update in regards to what's happening within the past 24 hours right here in the state of Hawaii, including Maui, the Big Island. A lot of damage, loss of life. Brent, what do you make of this?
Yeah, again, this is a unprecedented, historic. When we saw this happen, everybody right around the island, everybody in the islands are reeling right now and what's happening. Nobody suspected how fast this happened. Within 250 structures that were taken down, it pretty much happened within 4 hours. And here's a shot of Lahaina right there. We know this place very well, and this place is a prominent area. It's been around for a long time and it has a long history of whaling, and it's historic. And now this place is taken down. The harbor, all the boats burnt down there in that entire area, and it's really sad to see. Right now, when we're there on the Big Island, earlier that afternoon, we saw the precursors coming over the mountaintops of the Mauna Kea, and we're going to look at that footage right here. This was captured at Kauai Harbor, and you could just see this kind of trail line of a whipping effect that was a high-low pressure that was feeding a hurricane south of us here on the Big Island, and it just created this event that we've never seen before. We've lived on the islands for a long time, and for something like this to happen was extraordinary, out of pretext of what we've seen before.
And then this perfect storm that happened with the hurricane south 500 miles of the Big Island, but the vortex that swarmed along the west coast of the Big Island and then wrapped around Maui and created this situation where we had 85-mile-an-hour winds. And once that fire starts, you can't chase a 85-mile-an-hour amber down the road to stop it. So this spread so quickly. What happened overnight in Maui, it was so unprecedented. It was basically like a city that was just wiped out within 4 hours, almost like a devastation that you would see in a war zone. But right now, the Big Island and Maui has calmed down with the winds, but the aftermath, we'll find out exactly in the next probably 48 hours. Lahaina is locked down. There is no access by the public or otherwise any personnel to get in there. So this is something that we're going to have to wait and see to find out actually the real damage of life loss and property damage. Obviously, right now they're declaring 250 buildings have been taken down in Lahaina. So Lahaina is a history moment at this point. If you were there and you were able to experience the lifestyle and the fun aspects of Lahaina, right now it has disappeared overnight. It's gone, and this is something that the world will miss. And what we're missing right now is Lahaina. Lahaina it's a magic spot, but right now it doesn't exist anymore. It's hard
to imagine
what just
and I didn't even watch the video yet. Just the very beginning to make sure it worked. So Lahaina is a hugely touristed area in Hawaii. I went there for my honeymoon. It's pretty sad. And then we went back the next year because it was so cool. Yeah, it's amazing that it literally is gone. Now, I've got other videos to play. The Cousins brothers just keep a loop on everything there. I just wanted to get you in on what, that part of the world is like. What is Lahaina? Lahaina? Lauena. Oh, yeah, we're also going to talk about whistleblowing a little bit. Let me pull up some videos I have for you. Boy, I tell you, that Lou Jimenez guy? Lou Reviews? What a piece of shit. He really has turned into himself. That guy is not making any friends anymore. He's done. He's done in ufology. Nobody will ever talk to him in a serious manner. So I've got a few videos from the public, the aftermath of what happened in Maui. So I'm going to play 4 or 5 videos here that show the details of the devastation. Doesn't make me happy to show you, but I must report. Do not burn the messenger. Huh? Nothing. God! Holy crap! So I'm looking for the strangeness. I'm looking for like cars like that to see if things are not burning normally. You learn a lot when you live in Arizona about fires because they happen every summer. And the fire department always comes on the news and goes over how fires damage your car, how they can damage your house, leaving your Christmas tree up after New Year's, stuff like that. But the abnormality of this fire has yet... Now, I haven't seen any abnormalities. Well, that's probably the first one. Like a lot of these cars, the tires were half burnt. 2 of the tires were burnt off. So they weren't all just magically melted. The steering wheel wasn't a glob of plastic on the floor.
Hello, guys.
Aw.
Burnt up to a crisp.
Oh, the big trees. I can't believe this is all gone. Oh, God. It's so weird looking.
Fucking gone.
Oh, wow. That is awful. That's awful. Just awful. And I talked to the Cousins brothers last night, a couple hours after the show, and they don't think it was some weapon. You know, they might think that, right? But no, they didn't. They said it's because of the hurricane that's 500 miles to the south. It's whipping up the winds. And yeah, I guess it could. But I need somebody to show me. I need a meteorologist to show me that. Not the Cousins brothers, although, it makes sense. I believe they're right. It's most likely what it was. The whipping of the winds from a hurricane 500 miles away. That's what it is. Had to be. Just the way the wind was directed from the Big Island all the way to Maui. I want to see video of the wind on the other islands, the other 3 or 4 that are in between Maui and the Big. That's what I want to see. Well, it's just getting started. So we've got lots of videos that are coming out still. I've got this one to show you. Oy, this is bad. I'm looking for scorch marks. Anybody see any scorch marks on the ground, like from a laser beam or anything? It does. Sorry, Lahaina. FAP, how dare you? Hey, look how long this goes. I mean, this is going on for miles. This is unprecedented. Absolutely insane. Look, in some places didn't even get hit. Hey, go back. Did you see that? That resort didn't even get touched. Well, the building didn't. Watch. Hey, there's the thumbnail. You'll see it coming up. Here it is. Oh yeah, it looks like there's some damage here. Look, it's all burnt. Not burnt. Like, why did it stop right here? Maybe this isn't very burnable. Maybe this is just pure brick. You see, like, even here, this didn't even get burnt. These didn't get touched. And then here it starts up here again. Oh, yeah. That looks, I can't tell if that's damage or what, but it looks like it is. Yeah, but it missed everything. Looks like it got a little toasty here, and then it's fine. It didn't get, interesting. I know, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for scorched earth marks. Look at this up here. Wow. Wow. Pretty wild. I got another video for you. So this one says, my uncle's house, among many other homes up on the Lahaina Luna, everything's gone. Please don't make this fire about your political views, or climate arguments. Why? Because it was a weapon? Is that what you're saying, Leisha? Oh, this one sucks. Oh, this is only 9 seconds, but this is the short one. But the devastation, forget about it. Greg O'Brien threw down $10 on PayPal. What are you doing? Thank you very much, says glad you're back. Thanks, man. I appreciate the pay. Mucho gusto generoso. Nice to see you here. Thanks, man. Appreciate that, Greg O'Brien. Gregory O'Brien. That's a good lad, isn't he? It looks like a war-torn area. Next thing you know, we're going to be shooting down UAPs. Where's Corbell? Wow. Well, that is what fire does to things. Terrible. Just terrible. All right, let's get these. Sad from fire in Maui as captured by a passenger from his flight. Oh, yeah. You're not going to like this one. You're going to love this one. And you're going to hate it. It's beautiful and ugly at the same time. This reminds me, well, you'll see. It's sad. I don't like it. But such is life. Here we go. It's at night. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it Gordon Long? Is it Gordon Long? You see, I was told there's a gentleman named Gordon Long who watches the shows in his 70s. You know, is one of those silent watchers. You know, they're always here, but they don't interact. I wanted to give another shout out to that gentleman. So thank you very much. If you're here watching, Gordo, I was told to say hello. All right. Dorothy, thank you for the $2. It's a super sticker from Dorothy Hawkins. That's a big mucho gusto generoso. Dorothy Hawkins. That's a hawk. Thank you. Glenn Croy with the $10 super dono. Not even going to say it. Thank you very much, man. And that's very generous of you and very thoughtful. It's a super dono. We're okay. It's pure love. Donos mean love. It's a man thing. Done. Gotcha. Thanks, Glenn. And Dorothy's doppelganger, Dorothy Hawkins. with the $5 super dope. It's Mucho Gusto Generoso time from Dorothy's Doppelganger. Hello, Dorothy's Doppelganger. Doppelganger Dorothy, how are you? Mucho Gusto Generoso times two so. Thank you very much, Doppelganger Dorothy. Tit-tat. Mucho Gusto Generoso, lady. All right. Still got a lot of show to show you. Let me show you some more video from Lahaina. This one, strong wind plus forest fire equals death. Lahaina Luna Road this afternoon. The aftermath. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. This is, yeah, you're not going to love this one. Check it out. Some of you will never see these videos because what I did was some research today. Nobody can get these. No, I'm joking. It's all over the internet.
Like $1 million of damage. This guy dragging a branch on his Tacoma right there. Just all in the branch.
People say the weirdest stuff.
Looks like we have to go right or straight.
I don't think they have enough police to direct everybody to just... Let's see how freaking like $1 million of damage. This guy dragging a branch on his Tacoma right there.
But mother. I said, you know, some of these videos I knew were videos, but I didn't watch them. That was boring. That was terrible. I said, this one, go. We have a video here from Maxar Technologies that shows a bird's eye view of Maui. You can see the fire's devastation by the discolorization of the vegetation. Huh? Shun. Can somebody move that cloud? Come on, I can't get a good shot of the death of the... Aw, look, it used to be a golf course. And now it's not. That's terrible. Did you see that difference? Look. Watch. Beep. Boop. Sad, right? And beep, boop. Wow. Well, I think you get the idea what fire can do. Ah, those poor kids. All the kids that lost, I think there were 36 deaths. People rush into the water. They were standing in the ocean because the fire was getting too close to them. They were doing that to seek safety. People had nowhere to go. Everywhere around them was devastation, and it was on fire. And fire can be pretty hot. I know. I've burnt myself on the stove once or twice. So we will take another look at a video. And this one comes from Peacemaker, where he says people are rushing into the water to save their own lives. Sounds pretty devastating to me. So let's take a look, shall we? 3, 2.
We're done. Yeah, we're done.
Hey, Lunar Sparkles, how you doing? Hey!
There's debris all... Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No. We're done. Yeah, we're done. Be careful right here. There's debris all. Yeah. No. No.
It looks like a movie set. She's in the water and the water's on fire. It's a movie. Holy mackerel, it's a movie. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't it? This whole thing is a distraction because David Grush's medical files were released. No. I'm surprised nobody made that connection. Nah. Anyway, that's it. Pretty devastating. What else can I say, huh? There was a fire. There was a lot of wind. They couldn't put it out. Gosh, town gone. End of story. Devastation. Before, whoops. Whoa. Hey. Yo. Before. After. I know you can't see it. All right. Now you get the idea. All right. Let's get to work again. Shall we? So in this thumbnail, I had to look it up. When is whistleblowing treason? Is it? I mean, you literally are telling the world the government's secrets that you took an oath to protect. But I looked up what it means, the difference between treason and whistleblowing. Last night's show was a killer. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I saw what a super chat came in, and well, you'll see. So the difference between treason and whistleblowing, it's not treason when a person leaks information that shines light on the workings of the government that the public has the right to know. What makes it illegal? Whistleblowing can often be illegal if the exposed information threatens national security. Kind of confusing, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say that's confusing? For example, leaking unauthorized government information could leave the military or other federal employees vulnerable. Now, let's say everything Grush said is true, which he believes it is, but let's say it really is. You're going to get, which has been going on for decades anyway, the long game of China and Russia literally birthing spies in this country to get jobs doing the very black budget projects we choose to keep secret. Those secrets will come out, even if it's 20 years later. Not that they have they? I don't know of any black budget programs that had a whistleblower come out and said, I worked in a black budget program and we built UFOs. That hasn't happened yet. Now that's a whistleblower of epic proportions. Tell me that stuff. Don't tell me stuff I already know, Grush. Okay, I need to retract that last statement. What did I say? Don't tell me something that I don't already know, which means I know that we have bodies and craft. I don't know. I'm assuming if anybody had them, the government would. But I truly don't know personally whether or not we have alien bodies and technology hidden in a basement. The whole thing could be a lie. Easily. Easily. I'm sorry. I just have a very hard time believing that there's no evidence of anything. Nobody snuck anything in or out. You know, when I say in, sneak in a camera to get out the evidence. Just do it. Like a Band-Aid. Right off. Right? Can't do it. You know how dangerous disclosure is? It's extremely dangerous. Ugh. I want it too. I want disclosure too. In my heart tells me that the government knows. And I believe the government. I really do. Whether or not they have the technology in their possession is another thing. And there's these videos that I saw, and I meant to play it for you yesterday or day before, and I can't find it. It was a video from Area 51. I don't know if it was 30 years ago or what, but these objects it was a night vision, and they were moving like unlike anything I've ever seen. It was really cool video. So hopefully I can find that. All right. But is it treasonous? See, I don't mind people coming out whistleblowing. That's their lives. They got to deal with it. But holy crap, is it dangerous? And if you're doing it, you better damn well be right. And if you're doing it, you better damn well have a thick skin. Because dropping medical records, doxing you, it's going to happen. Whether accidentally or purposely, that government's going to get back at you. See, now, I don't work in the government. So I don't abide by any NDA or anything. Right? I don't have to be quiet. I don't have to hide my evidence. So they'll just remove the source. What if they've been trying to remove this source for a couple of years? I keep getting weird sicknesses and things happening to me. It's very strange. I actually thought, because when I first moved here into this home, I was drinking, not the water itself, but I was using the water to make the Gatorade. And, I'd have a couple of those throughout the day. And then I'd started throwing up right when I moved here. It wasn't like I did this in Arizona. I didn't. Yeah. So it makes me wonder if I've exposed myself to easier access for people to get to me and riddle me with disease and issues. Maybe they put it in the water. I haven't drank the water in over 2 years where I live, but I still had the symptoms. So it isn't that. And I knew it. But that's what they can do to somebody like me. I'm not, I could say Lou Elizondo and the boys have been trying to kill me for over 2 years. And I can make a pretty good case probably. I can't prove anything. But that's how rumors get started. And that's how people get famous for saying and making up things like that. Anjali. But this field, it's getting saturated with a bunch of tomfoolery. And I see it more than ever. And you know how I feel about Ross Cuckold. This guy is really, really bad for ufology. I'm telling you that he is worse than George Knapp will ever be. George Knapp's not a bad guy. I just don't like that he's around Corbell. It really rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why he saw something in Corbell. And what is Corbell? Well, I'm going to do it now. Forget cuckold. What the hell is going on? Did you guys know that Corbell and Knapp were privy to skiff conversations? Who the hell are these people? See, this is why I think they're part of the disinfo campaign. Seriously, they've infiltrated and oh my God, this is so obvious. Greg O'Brien sent me some. Oh, wow. No, I didn't read the police report. I didn't read the whole police report. Greg. I tweeted out something today to David Grush that if he didn't commit treason, he wouldn't have been attacked. This happens when you break the law. I tweeted out today. I forgot about that. Huh. It's true. Oh, man. I got to get back to that. Steve K. I'm looking at... Yeah. All right, here we go. This is where Corbell says in an interview on that UFO podcast that he is privy to things he shouldn't be. I am really sick to my stomach again. How is this possible? Who are these people? They're nobodies. I mean that with no respect. Unbelievable.
Those clearances. So the idea he didn't get a skiff, which is ridiculous to me. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we're finding out who the specific person was that stopped that because we got questions for him. That's what George and I are doing. Because George and I have been in skiffs.
What?
Like, straight up.
Did you see how he said that, though? It's almost like he lied. That was weird. I didn't notice that. Well, maybe I didn't watch this, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe he's just saying it. Nah, he can't do that.
Ridiculous to me. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we're finding out who the specific person was that stopped that because we got questions for him. That's what George and I are doing. Because George and I have been in skiffs. Like,
he even shook his head no when he said that.
Straight up. It's so funny, man. We journalists know more and are more informed than a lot of Senate and Congress.
You're not a journalist, you're a movie maker, lying, grifting, cheating SOB in ufology. And that UFO podcast, I'm ashamed at you for not calling him out. Ashamed at you. Should be embarrassed you even have that channel.
And people in position who should know. So, for our country, for the good of our country, but also for the good of the topic, if we can provide the base.
That's where you stop Jeremy Corbell and say, wait a minute. Why are you in a skiff? What credibility do you have to hear national security briefings and evidence and other shit? Who are you? George Knapp is a journalist. You're nobody. A zero. You make movies. And you put out lies. Why is Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp in a skiff? How come people aren't enraged over this on Twitter? What is wrong with you? You think these two clowns should be privy to this information? We're talking about one major clown and one dude who turned into a clown. No. This sucks. This just sucks. Should be embarrassed of yourself, that UFO podcast.
Not about sources, but the basics, and it's factual and we can prove it. Yeah, we're going to do that. So the fact that who are they? We can talk about that.
Don't need to hear anymore. I heard what I needed to hear. Unreal. Dorothy, right. Why isn't Tim Burchett in SCIF meetings? But Jeremy Corbell is? Really? George Knapp? They brought us Slob Blazar, the biggest recluse in ufology. The man with a brothel, a dead ex, and 2 dead exes. I don't even have one ex-girlfriend that's dead. He's got 2 that died prematurely under his belt, under his tutelage. No, I just wanted to say tutelage. Unreal. Andrea Coran, you threw this down about 15 minutes ago. Say, hey, Richie, last night's show was killer. It's a $5 super chat. Thank you, Andrea Coran. You are, as always, a continuing supporter of GoofOn and a family member. Can't leave. You know. Thank you. I don't know. Whatever I did last night was last night. No 2 shows are exactly the same. Thank you for saying that. Good to know. I wonder when I have to watch that show again, I guess. So I do that. I don't know what I did last night. Thank you, Andrea. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, so what? Tonight sucks? Is that what you're saying? Tonight sucks. So, you got these people who have zero. See, this is why I know the entire thing is a psyop. It's not real. You're not getting disclosure. This is a game. It's a game to them. When have I ever been wrong about these people? About their intentions? Is it because it's easy just to pick the negative side of things because nothing ever works out? I could do that. I could, but I don't. And I don't use the history of nothing ever happening to embolden what I feel about what's going on today. Today's narrative is different than it was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. The threat narrative. We never talked about the threat in 05, 06, 07, 08. Nobody ever talked about a threat. That happened when Elizondo came around. So, before Elizondo, remember we were talking about building spacecraft with TTSA. No threat. And out of nowhere, we got a threat. So, and we've been using that threat with the stories of military people being in the vicinity of UFOs, Tic Tacs, possibly in a dogfight. Of course, that's what pilots like to say because, their egos aren't that big. And no evidence. But yet, here we are. We've got an office that Elizondo loved to get us, Arrow, which says there's no evidence for any non-Earth-bound off-world. There's no evidence for off-world vehicles. No evidence, Arrow says, for any signs of aliens or UFOs from off-world. You know. I don't know why I'm laughing. However, we are living in a field. We are in this field where the wheels keep moving. Looks like they're busy and nothing goes to fruition. I can't talk all of a sudden. See, they're hitting me with the love beam. They're trying to take my thoughts and hurt them. So we need to realign the dishes. Here we go. We're realigning.
Left the Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy, not a ufologist. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the UFO community.
All right, I'm back. I need to remind myself of why we're here. So, I believe Jay Stratton really pushed Grush to believe in this stuff. Told him story after story. You know what it is? You know what Grush is? He's a guy with high clearance and he's a smart guy and blah, 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 blah. But he's a very sensitive man. So sensitive that you wonder, things that make you go, huh? Why is he so sensitive? PTSD. I don't know. Could have some mood swings. Memory loss. Nah, he's gay. But, isn't he? No, he's married. I would bet David Grush is gay. A closet gay guy. My gaydar went off as soon as I saw the guy. And I'm telling you, my gaydar is never wrong. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but I thought when would be a good time to bring that up? I thought right now. So, I think he's a very emotional dude who committed treason because he thought he was doing the right thing without seeing anything. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Why does he believe them? Because they're his friends. And his friends wouldn't lie. His friends wouldn't make it up. No. Of course they didn't. They believe it too. But there's still no evidence. Evidence is king. Just like money. Follow the money, get the evidence. Follow the evidence, get the money. See how that works? It's amazing. And yet, all of these people are following the rainbow to nowhere. There's no pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. There's no stack of cash. The only thing that's waiting for all of these people are their futures and their careers. Congratulations, guys. You have now given yourself $2,000 to $5,000 for each speaking engagement, if not more. You made a living talking bullshit. You will always be known as a liar to many in the community. You will be known as a treasonous whistleblower whose intentions, although may have been manipulated into something you didn't want to do, but you did, and you said it, and you didn't see shit. You heard stories, but yet you took it upon yourself to want to tell the world that this ain't right. The American people must know that there's this technology. Did you see the technology? No, but my friend said. I'm all right. I'm all right. You know? It's amazing. And then this field keeps adding characters that are less credible than the next. Replace this one for that one. We've heard too much Travis Taylor this month. Now we're going to let, somebody else have the spotlight. You ever notice that? They all share in the spotlight. Nobody gets a little too much of anything. They're all shared. Yeah. They're all. I have a video here I was going to play. I'm not. I have some UFO videos we're going to show you. And we're going a little. We started late, so we're going a little longer than the normal stop time, just to let everybody know. So because we started about an hour late, we'll be going that much further into the night. So I don't have this love to stand with David Grush. Now they're having people out there all over Twitter or X, whatever the F you want to call it. It's so stupid. Elon Musk is an idiot calling that thing X. Dumb. It's dumb. Anyway, I know I said that last night too. But let's, stand with David Grush because he has PTSD. Really? I stand with David Grush. Yeah, it's cute. Come on, the guy's a treasonous whistleblower. You want to associate with somebody like that? Go right ahead. And all these people pissed about a veteran getting FOIA'd, and his information released, doxed. Yet these are the same people that support the doxing of other veterans on this platform that speak out against the narrative, the BS narrative, and get blatantly false information posted about them. And they say nothing? Where are they? Oh, I tell you, what a pussy generation. Really, you guys have done it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Unbelievable. I got to show you this. Now I'm going to show you some videos of stupidity. Why are the UFOs crashing? You know how I always said it's stupid? The only thing that would crash UFOs are humans or animals were driving the. I think all of those crashed down saucers were pilots and or animals. Not Gary Nolan. God, the expert of all experts. This guy scares me. No, I mean, looking at him physically makes me ill. He scares me. Yeah, he's not real. He is not real, and I'm not staying on this show. If you want to stay on this show, it's up to you. If you want to have it. Well, anyway, here's the fraud, the grifter, Gary P. Nolan, and the P is not for professor.
Why are they crashing? Because what's crashing is not actual living things. Mostly what you're seeing here are either drones or some sort of advanced AI or whatever it is. Why are
Oh my God. Why are they crashing? Because it's some sort of drone or AI, he says. That's what he said. He didn't say anything else just because he said there's some sort of drone or AI.
are they crashing? Because what's crashing is not actual living things. Mostly what you're seeing here are either drones or some sort of advanced AI.
What does that mean? That's such a dumbass answer. Just because it's AI, they're not that smart and they hit the blue button when they should have hit the red button and boom. Right? That's what he's saying. Oh, yeah, probably a drone, yeah, and we can crash drones without killing anybody. So, yeah, we must have done that. Yeah. There are good things in ufology, folks. Don't get me wrong. There's some good in ufology. Right? What did Senator Rubio know back in June? Did you see this? Check this out. This is amazing. Either what David Grush is saying is partially true or entirely true, or we have some really smart, educated people with high clearances and very important positions in our government who are crazy and are leading us on a goose chase. One of these two things is true. Either what they're telling us is true, or we've got some people in important positions that are doing this for some reason. So either one is a problem. What is going on? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a little distracted for a second there. So either we have some smart people with high clearances in important positions who are crazy and are leading us on a goose chase. They're doing it for some reason or another. So either one is a problem. Hey, Rubio, but you were okay just to sign off on anything they said, it seemed. To advance the, the discussion a little further in government, signing off on shit that other people wouldn't, making this a bipartisan issue. Barely. And that, when I say barely, that's the excitement. That's why we're seeing this increase in UFO news, UAP whistleblowing, and all that other stuff. You're seeing this increase over mainstream media and on cable because at the end of the year, it's all over. If the Biden administration, if Democrats don't get to keep the White House, you'll see a year from now, next June, July, November, a year from now, I'm going to be sitting here saying, remember when? We're going to be bored. Well, hopefully we won't. Hopefully we won't. We can't count on Arrow. All right. I'm not a fan of Ross Cuckold. As a matter of fact, I've gone further and further away from actually thinking the guy's as credible as I once thought he was. I thought he was in this for the right reason. And the right reason always is the greater good of ufology, truthology for ufology. We don't get that anymore with Ross Cuckold. It's over. The guy sold himself to the devil. He's done. He's in with Corbell. He's in with Knapp. He's in with the whole left side of ufology. And when I mean in, I mean he wants to be the guy. He wants to be the guy that breaks the news. He's all about himself when it comes down to it. He is. I find him as a selfish liar, uninformed about the reality of ufology, and only looking for things that can further along the views, the subscriptions, the money that he makes on the side or from whatever it is he's doing. It is only for him. He's in it for the money, for the fame, more than the money. James Fox is in it for the money. Jeremy Corbell's in it for everything. George Knapp is in it because he was already in it. So it's just pure entertainment at this point. Anything that can sell, anything that can put asses in the seats in front of the televisions, phones, computers, laptops, and everything else, that's going to be the moneymaker for them. Why else would James Fox hold on to clear evidence of UFOs? Why? Why would he hold on to it? If he still put it in the documentary after he showed it to the public, I'd still watch the documentary, and I know you would too. I know, a lot of people don't think he would make as much money, but instead of making $6 million, he makes $4.5 million. Instead of making $3 million, he makes $2 million. You know what I mean? They can't have a loss in income. They are maximizing their films and their stories to make the most out of it. And I mean make the most. And Ross Cuckold has changed. He seems desperate. There's a different look on him that I see. I know it's easy to say, Rich, that's because your view of him got skewed months ago because, he blocked you on Twitter. No, I'm not that way. I think I'm a fair person. I really do. Some people may not think so. But on this part, I think I'm right. I do. You can see the change in people if you know what to look for. But anyway.
I'm pretty confident that there is something to the fact that Canada is working with US scientists on a crash retrieval program. And it does have implications for AUKUS. This is why it matters to Australia, because we're spending the most money in history on any kind of procurement. We're spending $400 billion, and it'll probably be well in excess of that, on attack nuclear submarines from the United States. What if it turns...
So he knows where the money's going to be allocated in our military. Yeah, he knows all that now. It's amazing. He's an amazing guy. Yeah. Wonder where he got that information from.
Turns out that after we've signed these contracts, it's revealed by the US that it's fooled its ally and that it's working on technology that would supersede that technology by thousands of years. What if it turns out that the United States has developed propulsive techniques that they're not revealing to even its Five Eyes allies? That's why they need to be upfront. That's why, frankly, if I was Australia, I would be demanding answers behind the scenes. I would be asking. And that's why Larry Maguire, the Canadian MP, in his letter to Anand, the Canadian Defence Minister, raised this as an AUKUS issue. because he said it. He knew that it was a concern that would be raised by other members of AUKUS.
And to that point, Ross, do you have any knowledge of Australia's involvement in the Five Eyes foreign material program as it pertains to UAP?
I've spoken to Australians, ex-special forces, who tell me that they've been involved in a crash retrieval. Period.
Bullshit! He just lied. He just lied. You can tell by the way he slowed down his speech and he blinked heavily. And then he got this shit-ass mouse-eating grin. I got to replay that. As soon as I saw what he did, I'm like, he's lying. I mean, it's so obvious this guy's a freaking liar. And I wasn't even looking for that. I accidentally saw him lie. Watch.
That they've been involved in a crash retrieval. Period.
That they've been involved in a crash retrieval. Period. Because you know why he slowed down there? Because he maybe shouldn't have said something he said, or he shouldn't have lied about lying.
They've been involved in a crash retrieval. Period.
And the very quick blinking each time with each sentence. Watch.
In a crash retrieval.
Blinks. Did you see him? In a crash retrieval, he blinks, blinks, blinks.
Crash retrieval.
And then he does it again. Watch.
Period.
Period.
In a crash retrieval. Period.
He gets 3 blinks in the time he says the word period. Period. That's a lot of blinks. Period. Period. It's not easy to get 3 blinks in. Period. He's a skiff. God, I can't stand that guy. Another man, well, for lack of a better term, this next person, Lou Jimenez, is despicable, it says here on this tweet. He openly makes fun of PTSD patients and a veteran and a soldier. I'm not from the US, but I respect every country's soldiers. I hope UFO Twitter will give this scum a piece of their mind. He's disgusting. It's disgusting to see this. And probably because of this post. I mean, he calls him the mad UFO whistleblower. Got a doctor over here and the cops are over here. He's an asshole. You can make thumbnails about people, but not when it comes to the medical shit. See, that's the thing with him. He doesn't even know when he's crossing the line because he wasn't raised correctly. And he's a little bit uneducated in life. He hasn't had enough experiences around people to know what is rude and what isn't. And I don't know if that'll ever happen to Asshole Face. Because he's already, 40? Yeah, he's not changing. He's just going to get worse. Anyway, I have some UFO videos I'm going to show you. This one, these are spheres checking out a target. Hate this video with every fiber of my being. Tell me what you think this is. We've got another hour to go, folks. Don't go anywhere. We started late. We're ending properly. You're getting your full 2 hours tonight.
2023.
Sorry. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave in a minute. I don't know. Maybe I will leave.
Más adelante hago un zoom a los objetos.
Ah, shit. I didn't hear the song. Sorry, channel. Yeah, that's going to come back and bite me. We just had our own. What do you think that is, guys? A balloon? Go. I see a triangular formation. There's a pair. Look at how they hover. This is amazing. Look at this. There's got to be geometry behind this, folks. Boom, 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 boom. How many times have you seen this geometric shape in crop circles? Could this be a living, breathing apparatus in the sky? Look at all the orbs around it. It's almost as if they're saying, hey, where do we go from here? If you've seen anything like this, please report it to your National UFO Reporting Center, MUFON or GUFON. These orbs are fantastic. Look at them glinting the sun off. It's almost as if they're balloons, Jay. What do you think? Could they be balloons? I doubt it. I haven't seen a balloon look like this ever. I gotta tell you, in all my years of being a broadcaster on ESPNU and GUFON, sorry, I've never seen anything like it. I gotta tell you, I think we're looking at unidentified aliens. I don't know, they're living in the universe, I think, in the atmosphere, right? Well, you may have a point there, Dick, but what I see here is like a pearl necklace. You know, the last time I saw a pearl necklace was on my honeymoon. That goes all over the sky. I'm joking. Hey, this is known as the pearl necklace, or sky serpent, or sky worms. Obviously. Everybody knows those were balloons, right? Please tell me you knew those were balloons. All right. Balloons, 1,000,000%. Look, the thing that makes the most sense is the thing that's actually happening. All right. These are tied together. They're in the sky, being blown around. They get untied, and then they, of course, would hang around the area. Because they're all in the same wind current. Hello? Right? So, balloons. 1,000,000,000% balloons. And look, I'm going to tell you something else. There's no such thing that I'm aware of that can be verifiable, proven, and proven with repeatable evidence that there are living sky worms in the sky. Okay? No evidence for that. Nobody can duplicate this because they're balloons. That's the only way you can duplicate them, is throwing up another balloon cluster. Congratulations, Jaime Maussan and others. You've now done it. James Webb Telescope saw something that it can't explain. Deep in the annals of dark space, they found, well, what might just be a question mark. Check this out from the JWST. That is a real picture. And in the center is this question mark. So OSIR says, looks to me as if it's three different objects. A cluster similar to the ones just slightly below and to the right, like this. Another cluster disk-like the one further below and to the right. Maybe like this. An overlaid artifact that cuts off a fourth of the disk from the image. Okay, now you're just reaching. So this is strange, right? Most likely, it is star clusters and galaxies forming this image. Why is it that we've never seen anything like it before? I mean, that is really cool, if you ask me. It's almost as if it was put there in the, like, as an Easter egg. You know, when Atari first came out, they had this game called Adventure. And Adventure, you were the square dot that would go around a maze of castles where dragons would pop out and try to get you. And if you knew the game well or bought the cheat code book, you could find secret rooms with messages and keys and walking through wall power. So it reminds me of that they put this Easter egg for us to find. And it's a question mark. Of all things, a question mark. Come on. It's almost too perfect. It's like the universe is saying, any questions? Pretty wild stuff, man. Pretty wild. I think so. All right, a passenger from a commercial aircraft films an unidentified object hovering above the desert Atacama in Chile. This video, I don't know if it's real or fake, but it's good. So let's take a look in 3, 2, go. Thank you, Derek Kennedy. How you doing, man? Thanks for being a member to Goof On and Truthology for Ufology. Derek, thank you. This is terrible. Why did I put this video up? That looks like an airplane to me. Oh, what am I doing? I apologize. That looked like an airplane. All right. Yeah, I have some other UFO videos we're going to show you. We're here for another while. Okay, we started late. We're ending on a later stop time tonight. So thanks for hanging out with Goof On. Normally after the 9 o'clock, we're gone. But I appreciate you guys hanging in there. I'm going to play this next video. It's about OSAP opening up Pandora's box. And Robert Bigelow briefly mentions all the pushback he and James Lukatsky received while researching the paranormal and stuff, rightfully so. He also explains that there were people in the DoD who were worried and afraid about what was being discovered, and they didn't want OSAP to continue. They were worried about things that are partially true to be worried about, Bigelow says. Well, check this out.
Well, the OSAP program that was done under the auspices of your aerospace company was, in effect, a military contract that you had to ultimately research the paranormal.
Yeah.
And I gather, considering that Lukatsky, the military project manager you worked with, co-authored a book about it now, and that book went through all sorts of approval processes from the government in order to be released. It
huge.
Suggests that you had a good experience in that instance.
He had a hard time getting that published.
Yeah.
He had to jump through a lot of hoops to make it happen. There were people in his world that were worried to the point, they were worried and afraid of what we were getting into. And they didn't want to see the program continue.
So, what a horrible, horrible interview. So, why? Ask him why. Was there evidence? Because we know there's no evidence from Skinwalker Ranch. And the only people that were scared about what was going on was Jay Stratton. Everything else was just bullshit. Total bullshit. Everything. Skinwalker Ranch is a joke. And we have to do a review on the last episode. Didn't we? Maybe tomorrow we'll do something like that.
I assume their hesitancy was about the public relations problem of acknowledging what they were doing.
No.
Okay.
No. Way beyond that.
All right.
Public relations? What the fuck are you talking about? As a public relation. I mean, he sounds like Harry Carey up there. Hey! It's kind of like a public relations thing, yeah? No, it was nothing like that at all. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. Tell me, where did I go wrong? I haven't done that. I can't do it. All right.
It was Pandora's box.
Mm-hmm.
They were worried about things that are partially true to be worried about.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should hold off on getting into this for the moment.
Is this guy the worst you've ever seen? He just told us something important. He goes, hey, let's hold off on that. That's too exciting. I don't know if I can handle it. Freaking.
Because it could be an entire other conversation.
Wow, what a tard. That guy's a tard. Listen to what he just said at the end. Bigelow gives something really good.
That are partially true to be worried about.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
you should shut the fuck up. Hey, no secrets here.
We should hold off on getting into this for the moment.
What's so funny? Bald fuck. God, I hate that guy. Hate him. With anger, a vigor. I don't like him. Hey, don't say anything, man. I mean, that's like breaking news. We don't do that here. Unbelievable. Seriously. Oh, here's the video. The Area 51 video. Yeah. Check this out. This is from UFO Hunter on X. God, I hate saying X. I also hated saying Twitter. Check this out. This is Area 51 shit. I don't know from when, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, mute's off. Sorry. Wait a second. Wow, looks like it took off, right? The lights got smaller. See? Wow. It's probably fake. This is from Avistamientos. Avistamientos. Pretty cool though, huh? If it's real. I don't know. It's good stuff, man. Pretty fun. But, you know, you never know. You never know what's real anyway. Because that's something you see Jeremy Corbell should have gotten. That's better than anything Jeremy Corbell has given the country. You want to see some psychotic fear-mongering BS? Check this out. More fear-mongering from Big Fat Lou.
Remote chance that these things are not good. And maybe there is a plan for these things at some point to come in force in 50 years from now. And if the mere fact you have this conversation with the American people, what's going to happen? Well, the American people are going to start getting prepared. Well, I can tell you in real life combat situations, when we send in long range surveillance LRS teams, behind enemy lines, the moment the enemy finds out that we know, that they know we're there, the surprise element of surprise is over. And so ultimately, hypothetically, imagine a scenario where maybe we had 50 years to prepare for something, but now that the cat's out of the bag, that existential action will happen tomorrow. And by the way, we're not ready for it. We're not prepared for it. We don't have a countermeasure. We don't have a capability to counter this. And so from a very real perspective, a national security perspective, the mere fact that you are acknowledging the existence of something may predicate an action or an act that you're not prepared to have right now. And so I encourage you and your listeners to just for a moment, I'm not asking you to be a national security person, but I'm asking you to suspend your personal beliefs right now for just a moment.
I'm asking you to suspend logic. I'm asking you to suspend logic because what I'm about to tell you is complete and utter bullshit. See? All right, let's see what he says. Suspend your disbelief for the unbelievable, I guess.
And put yourself in somebody else's shoes who does feel that way, right? Now, what do? If the mere fact of talking about this could potentially cause a reaction that you're not ready for as a country, as a civilization, right? Maybe that's the reason why you decide to only brief certain presidents who have a background in intelligence. Maybe they were former directors of CIA, but the other presidents who are career politicians will be, they're here today, gone in 4 years. Maybe you can't even risk telling them. And so maybe the reason why this has been kept secret so long is actually, in a weird sense, some sort of sense of patriotism by people. Maybe that's how they justify it. And I'll leave that at that as a.
Yeah, that's exactly how they justify it. God almighty. Wow. So let me get this straight. So they're going to waste 4 years if they got the wrong president. Up to 8 years. So we're not going to tell the public what we know because we got the wrong guy in office. If we can't tell him, we can't tell them. Let me listen to that again. That one part.
That they know we're there. The element of surprise is over. And so ultimately, hypothetically, imagine a scenario where maybe we had 50 years to prepare for something, but now that the cat's out of the bag, that existential action will happen tomorrow. And by the way, we're not ready for it. We're not prepared for it. We don't have a countermeasure. We don't have a capability to counter this. And so from a very real perspective, a national security perspective, the mere fact that you are acknowledging the existence of something may predicate an action or an act that you're not prepared to have right now.
Not necessarily. You don't have to do anything. It's however you act upon the situation you're currently living in will dictate what happens next. I mean, how stupid of a comment is this? All the government has to do is nothing. Don't react, which is what they've done. This is very strange. He acts like they're really thinking this out. It's like, oh, disclosure every day. We got to think about aliens. Meanwhile, the whole world is happening.
And so I encourage you and your listeners to just for a moment, I'm not asking you to be a national security person, but I'm asking you to suspend your personal beliefs right now for just a moment and put yourself in somebody else's shoes who does feel that way, right? Now, what do? If the mere fact of talking about this could potentially cause a reaction that you're not ready for as a country, as a civilization, right? Maybe that's the reason why you decide to only brief certain presidents who have a background in intelligence. Maybe
That's not why. This is really bad. This is bad. He's just making shit up. Maybe that's why he didn't want to tell certain presidents. Just waste 4 to 8 more years. Silence. God, that's great. Silence is golden,
they were
guys.
former directors of CIA, but the other presidents who are career politicians will be, they're here today, gone in 4 years. Maybe you can't even risk telling them.
Why tell this president and not the other? He says because it depends if they've got some sort of militarized background. Why? What should that matter? Because it's the lingo. They speak a different language. Give me a freaking break. This is really sad. He's trying to pump up something that isn't pump-upable. Pump-upable.
And so maybe the reason why this has been kept secret so long is actually, in a weird sense, some sort of sense of patriotism by people.
There he is. He's trying to make everybody look good. All of his little buddies.
And maybe that's how they justify it. And I'll leave that at that as a counterpoint of forcing people to think maybe a little bit non-traditionally. Now,
He didn't say anything, though. He didn't say anything. What did Lou just say? We may or may not tell some presidents because they're only part-time and they don't have a military background. Or whatever. Maybe that's why they don't tell them. Because they don't understand the lingo, the military lingo. It's so dumb. Hey, he's got to go. There is Lou talking in circles. Throughout the week, I've played this clip a few times. Or this video a few times, I should say. And I said I would continue where I left off every day. And I'm going to continue where I left off yesterday. What the hell? This is Daniel Sheehan interview, which is very, very, very good, by the way. This is a really great video, great interview, guys, by the way. It's fantastic. I'm not even just saying that because it's the guys, but Daniel Sheehan is a stud.
The defense contractors, that they've got to turn this information over. The question is, who's going to enforce that? What are the protocols going to be? Because it looks like Sean Kirkpatrick, who's been designated as the head of this by the Secretary of Defense, is basically sitting in his office waiting for somebody to come through the door.
Yep.
And if they don't come through the door, he's basically saying, well, that's somebody else's worry. I'm just going to sit here, and if somebody wants to come forward and talk about it, I'll listen. Okay? But that I think it needs to be much more aggressive. They need to be much more forward-leaning. They've got the obligation to go get this information and extract this information. Now, those questions are extremely important, but additionally importantly, what about all the hundreds of other people, thousands of other people who have information about this? People who have in fact been in positions, for example, to theoretically recover some of these craft. If they're part of crash retrieval programs, et cetera, that they're inside the military, but if the military hasn't instructed them to come forward and talk about it, and they don't dare do it, how are we going to get this done? So that I think there needs to be very aggressive civilian oversight about this. So I think that we've set up a new paradigm project inside our Romero Institute. Our Romero Institute is the one that did the major litigation against the Iran-Contra off-the-shelf enterprise. I did the Pentagon Papers case for the New York Times. We did the Karen Silkwood case that tracked down the people that killed Karen Silkwood. We've done these investigations as citizens groups when the government was supposed to have done those things. Okay, so that what we've done is we've set up a 501c3 public interest new paradigm project to do this investigation, and so that we're engaged in that process now. I'm being scheduled, I think, to meet with Sean Kirkpatrick to have this discussion with him, because I want to offer our services as a public interest organization to bring forward witnesses for him and for that whole project. If they don't interview them and they don't do anything about what the people tell them about, then we're going to have to do something. Okay, so that's what we're doing here, and
that's what we're doing. We are stepping it up and trying to push the narrative in the right direction. And you know, that's what GoofOn does. We try to do the right thing, say the right thing, figure out what's going on, because we don't. Nobody knows what's going on anymore. Nobody does. Truthology for ufology for you. You know? Nobody knows. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows anything. You know what? You guys are awesome. I think you deserve a little bit of fun. It's been a minute, but I'd like to sing a little bit. Come on, everybody. It's the Crop Circle song. Sing it out.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? What are they, everybody? Sing it! Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields.
Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields.
Secrets in the fields. All right, that felt better. That nice? That was good. We needed that. A little bit. So going into the weekend, I live in the UFO capital of the world back in 1967. So I am going to this weekend talk to the community about it. Try and find out who was here, who saw something. I'm going to go to the location where the guy built a UFO house because he said a UFO landed and abducted him and brought him back, and he built a house to duplicate what it looked like. Made national headlines. A lot of UFO reports back then. So this part of the world where I live, can you believe it? I moved to the UFO capital of the world a year before I was born. Crazy. And what are the odds? Out of all the dives in this country I could have went to and I wound up here, this means something. I don't know. Maybe I'll meet somebody, right? Maybe I meet this witness, or I meet somebody who knows somebody. Maybe I meet somebody who's an alien. Maybe I get abducted. Maybe that's a beacon. And anybody who comes a peeking gets a bleeping. I don't know. True be you with a $2 for the sing-along song super chat. It's a super chat. Super chat. Well, you can tell by the way I move my hips. I'm Rich Jordan. No, I got no grips. Kevin McDougall sent $5.55. Prayers for all the safety of all Goofonians in Hawaii. Blessings and donuts, y'all. Thank you, Moonlicht, for the $5.55 PayPal. Mucho gusto generoso, sir. And True BU on the screen. Mucho gusto generoso. It's a super chat fiesta siesta. I don't know. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kevin. Moon. True BU. True BU. True BU. Be dooby 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 doo. I know. Here we go. Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, come on. Didn't work. Celebrities and UFOs. You know, it's embarrassing. UFO expert Chris Rakowski. There are no UFO experts, folks. Can we get one thing straight? Nobody on the planet is a UFO expert. How could you say that? You're not? No, I'm not. Because I can't work, look, investigate, duplicate, replicate, propagate a UFO. You need the evidence to be an expert. What am I going to test it on? I'm just giving all hyperbolisms. Hey, Chris Rakowski explains the latest UFO news and the results of the UFO hearing. Overall, we have credible folks saying we have recovered non-human craft and bodies, and we also have the Pentagon. Chris Rakowski. This guy, you know, I don't know. He's not an expert. Nobody's an expert. Capiche?
Just curious initially, I mean, when we hear a story like this make the news cycle really get a lot of attention, do you kind of see an increased interest in UFOs with just the general public?
A fake smile. Oh my God. The insincerity of this person is just deafening. Look at this face she makes after she asks these questions. It looks like she can't focus correctly. Just annoying to the 10th degree.
With just the general public.
Absolutely. In fact, there's a lot of public interest right now with regard to UFOs. Everything from people wanting to know what's the real truth and what's Canada's role, and are there other sightings around the world. It's really quite fascinating to see how many people are interested in UFOs right now.
And I think that's been the case for a long time. I mean, we sort of course, understandably, I think, have this fascination with what we don't understand, what's happening beyond our kind of point of view right here on Earth. I mean, what are you watching? What do you kind of pay attention to? What are the developments that really spark your interest?
This is journalism. What are your interests, Chris? What do you look at in the UFO community, Chris? You know, instead of asking, is this guy committing treason, whistleblowing? Why is his PTSD an issue? No, I know. This is just ridiculousness.
Well, we still don't know anything. I mean, the whistleblowers have come forward and they've said that, the government is covering stuff up and there are crash saucers and maybe little crashed bodies or something like that, but we really don't know that. I mean, the government still denies. The Pentagon still says that they haven't found any verifiable evidence. NASA and the project that was looking into this say they haven't found anything. NASA is actually coming out with a report. It was due last week, but it's going to be delayed a few weeks. We'll see what they say, but I'm predicting that they're going to say that they really don't have any evidence of that. So what do you do? Because on one hand, we have these people in responsible positions testifying under oath that there is stuff, and then you have the government saying there isn't. Is the government covering it up, or is somebody lying, or what? We simply don't know.
And further to that, when we do have these sort of polarizing subjects with a lot of different points of view, and frankly, pretty strong points of view a lot of the time, Is there some stigma attached to that, where people maybe feel like they need to hide their interest in UFOs?
Oh God, she is awful. Plus, she's missing teeth. You're gonna be on national television, cable, whatever the F you want to call it. Get some teeth for a woman. I like to see my women have teeth. She has very big gap. There's no teeth on her left side. Our right. Sorry, not sorry. All right, check this out. This is from The Hill. This is egg-shaped SUV-size UFO recovered. This is only 3 days ago. I meant to play this yesterday, never got around to it. But check this out. 3, 2, 1, play.
A man witnessed an alleged spacecraft retrieved in the 1980s and stored at Area 51. That's according to investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who during a recent interview discussed an alleged anonymous source who has contacted the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, an office that investigates unidentified flying objects, about the alleged craft.
According to the source, his great uncle worked at Area 51 and saw a photograph of the object, and according to Coulthart, said it was, quote, absolute proof of non-human craft. Let's hear more about this alleged object that was stored.
Wait. Hold on. We'll listen to Cuckold in a second. An egg-shaped object. I'm assuming it was just an egg-shaped object, right? That came from the skies, the heavens, and crash landed or crashed. How do they know it's alien technology?
He said, quote, the object was egg-shaped, about the size of an SUV, silverish grey in colour, smooth, seamless, no control surfaces or propulsion visible, no writing, no symbols of any kind. A few men could pick it up, yet it could not be cut open and X-rays couldn't penetrate it. The best engineers at EG&G tried to figure out how to activate it and what its power source was to no avail.
That's it, Ross. Just read us the story. I thought this guy knew what he was talking about. He's got to read it? You tell me about this story. I'm going to read it 3-4 times. Just come on TV and talk about it. But that's what happens when you're the cuckold.
Finally came to the conclusion it was a probe craft sent here from another planet. This anonymous individual is willing to testify under oath before Congress.
Who cares?
He also took a smartphone image of his great uncle's EG&G engineering group and their insignia patch, and he's authorized me to allow us to show that patch, which I'll send you after this chat, and you can cut it
Why can't we see it?
in, my friend. This individual has also interviewed.
Why can't we see it? You want to know why? Because they're going to try to make money off of it, put it in a documentary. These guys are absolutely grifters. Terrible, terrible, terrible. It's sad.
Viewed with Arrow and has signed and dated an official memorandum of record. And he's also spoken with Tim Burchett as well.
Like you don't know Tim Burchett?
Meanwhile, UFO investigator and co-host of the Weaponized podcast, Jeremy Corbell, says that as many as 40 whistleblowers ready to come forward after David Grush's bombshell testimony on Capitol Hill. Let's watch.
Oh, I think you'll be hearing directly from people that have worked on these technologies, people that might even have their clearances held in a kind of purgatory so they can't leave. I think that you're going to hear directly from people that ran programs, which, by the way, there were supposed to be 2 other legacy UFO program witnesses, one from an agency, that actually have much more of the story than you or me or anybody else. So,
Okay, you ready? Here's the next couple of whistleblowers. They're the people he just talked about. You ready? I'm going to be them. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth? Yeah. I saw this thing fall out of the sky. It was an egg-shaped object, silvery gray metallic. A few pictures, little blurry images you can see here. And no details, mind you. No writing, no etching, nothing. Not even a colorization of any type, discolorization, I should say. No means of propulsion, no antennae or any type of protrusions coming out of this craft that make me think it's man-made. I have to say this is a vehicle from another planet, another solar system, another galaxy, maybe even another dimension. And that's it. There's your next whistleblower. So do you have any evidence? How do you know it's from another existence, place in reality? We don't have anything like this. We don't have anything egg-shaped. Well, nothing that can fly. Have you seen this object fly? No, but witnesses... Have you seen it? No. Okay. But, no buts. But other people have. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I told you not to say anything else. It's going to suck. And guess what? No evidence. So it just becomes another story. Yeah, it probably happened. Oh well. Next up on the docket is Mr. Good Citizen. Mr. Good Citizen, may you raise your right hand, please. Put your left hand on the bell. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. I really do. Okay. You're not going to lie? That's not even in my vocabulary. Yeah, gosh. Mr. Good Citizen, thank you for your time today, sir, here at the Congressional UFO hearing here at Washington today. Some people call you a hero. Some people say you're committing treason. Whatever the case may be, sir, you have some explaining to do. So in your best Ricky Ricardo accent, can you explain what happened when you saw your wife Lucy playing with one of the UFOs? Of course I can. And remember, you're still under oath. No, I know. And you have to do it like Ricky Ricardo. Lucy. Yes? You come here for a minute, please. Okay. What is this? What? I can't do it. I just don't. I can't. I should have done it an hour ago. Lucy. Why is there a UAP in the house? Lucy. Yetana matona matino. Rona machada makina makara. Poor Lucy. The threat of being hit. Unbelievable the times changed in my lifetime. Check this out. Remember how we just watched Ancient Aliens, the debunk? Remember what they said about the paintings and whatnot? Check this out. How they're all debunked. Wait, what the hell happened? Oh, we're still here? I mean, that's the face of a trustful person, I would say, wouldn't you?
That didn't happen. That should tell you something. So who are you going to hear from? As long as there's not some major problem that occurs, oh, you're going to hear from everybody involved. I mean, you're going to hear, man. This is something that's coming out. I'm telling you.
Hey, who are we going to hear from? That was the question. Who are you going to hear from? Who are you going to hear from? You're going to hear from people. That's who you're going to hear from. That's what he just said. Listen to this. Listen. The question originally was, who are we going to hear from next? Listen to this.
So that didn't happen. That should tell you something. So who are you going to hear from? As long as there's not some major problem that occurs. Oh, you're going to hear from everybody involved. I mean, you're going to hear, man. This is.
You're going to hear from everybody involved, man. You're going to hear. Thank you, Vice President. You get to see it with your own eyes. That's what he just did. Your own eyes. Everybody's going to talk about, hey, who's going to be next on the whistleblower? Jeremy Corbell says, hey, everybody. Everybody. You just got to hear it. That's all. You put your ear up to the device. Oh, you heard it. That's all. Everybody. Who? Everybody. I'm not sure he said that correct. Is it everybody?
Going to hear from, as long as there's not some major problem that occurs. Oh, you're going to hear from everybody involved. I mean, you're going to hear, man.
You're going to hear from everybody, man. Oh, you're going to hear. He really threw that out there. You will hear. You were once deaf, but when they start speaking, you're going to hear. Anybody who's deaf that day listening to that whistleblower will be able to hear again. Oh, you will hear. Who is going to be whistleblowing next? Everybody. Everybody? Everybody. And what are we going to hear? Oh, you'll hear. No. I mean, what are we going to hear about? Don't worry, you're going to hear it. As long as I'm hearing. Great, Jeremy. Thank you for the voting confidence in the next whistleblowers. Oh, yeah. Oh, who's going to be next? Hey, everybody goes. Everybody has a chance. Everybody gets a whack. That's the Corbell way. Everybody goes. And nobody knows. Silly man.
This is something that's coming out. I'm telling you, there's no stopping it now. It's just a matter of.
There's no stopping it now in that stupid California accent.
Vetting it all as you go, piece by piece, to start to understand a different version of what you've been told that reality is.
When's this going to happen, Jeremy? Do you think September?
I do not predict things I do not have direct control and my finger on the button of, but I will tell you, not only have plans been made, they have been enacted to make sure to protect people. How the world handles David Grush is.
Hey, when's the next whistleblower thing gonna happen? September? Hey, let me tell you something. Plans have been made. Oh, yeah. Laws have been enacted out of nowhere. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Anybody who comes out next will be protected. What's wrong with your eye, Jeremy? Nothing. I feel like I'm being, I don't know, what a load of bullshit. The guy doesn't say anything. When you really break it down, he says nothing. Who's going to be whistleblowing next? Oh, man. You're going to freak out when you find out. Who is it? Everybody. Everybody? What did I just say? You didn't say nobody. No, I didn't say nobody. You did say everybody. I did. Everybody? And you're going to hear it. Yep. You will hear it. So who's it going to be? Anybody? Listen.
To make sure to protect people. How the world handles direct control.
When's this going to happen, Jeremy? Do you think September?
I do not predict things I do not have direct control and my finger on the button of, but I will.
Hey, when's it going to happen next? I don't know. Wheels are in motion. Things are being done behind closed doors. You know, plans are enacted. Laws are in the making. People are rushing. People are working hard.
I'll tell you, not only have plans been made, They have been enacted to make sure to protect people.
Plans have been enacted. I've never heard of that before. Plans have been enacted. And then he says the laws will protect people. Makes no sense. You understand the lunacy of what he's saying? And he doesn't even stop to correct himself. This is absolute lunacy. He's talking gibberish on purpose. This is so weird. And I bet you he goes out there with the thought in his mind saying, I'm going to say some bullshit today and see if anybody catches it.
Not only have plans been made, they have been enacted to make sure to protect people. How the world handles David Grush.
No, laws have been made, not plans. Laws.
Grush is going to change everything.
I want to believe Robbie, but here's my question.
No, I'm the skeptic. You do believe. I want to believe.
When Jeremy says there's nothing stopping it now, my question is, what was stopping it before and what has changed? What accounts for all of the people who are still anonymous? Right. There were the 2 anonymous people who were supposed to testify that didn't, or was it 3?
Good question.
There is this person who has the photographs of his dad's insignia.
Good question. And with that being said, we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you very much for hanging out. We went a little longer than I thought. I can't believe it. I forgot when we started actually, and we went 20 minutes over, just about 15. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Sorry about the late start, but you guys came in good numbers. You helped supported the show, which I appreciate because this is all done solely by me every day, all day. So thank you for the support. Moderators and super chatters, there's nobody better. Nobody better than that goof on in ufology. So it's true. And you can continue supporting the show, become a member or whatever. You know what to do. And I want to thank the veterans and the newcomers, lots of newcomers. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We need to get to 14,000 and we're just about there. So, it helps. And don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. So thank you very much. And we do it here every night just about. What do we do? Truthology for ufology for you. All right. Thanks. It was a pretty good show. And I just want to say on a final thought, no matter what whistleblower comes out, their ranking, their intelligence, their education, their experience, it's a serious thing to do. I can't imagine how stressful it must be for David Grush and for anybody who's gone in public to tell of these so-called wrongdoings by the government. See, you can be a whistleblower if you believe the government and have proof the government is lying and keeping secrets from the public illegally. Not just about morally. Although a lot of whistleblowers bring their feelings into this, which is why they need a lawyer. So I hope they do get the protection they need, but it's all moot because the government doesn't follow the law. And as a whistleblower, I would be really careful about what you say, when you say it, and who you say it to. If I was a whistleblower, I wouldn't say a word. There's no reason to. There's no benefit that will come from it because we already know there's a cover-up. Do not put yourself on the line for ratings, for money, for Jeremy Corbell or Knapp. Don't do it for anybody. It's not worth it. We'll get there without you. There's enough evidence out there We really could put a criminal away if we had to go to court. So my word can only extend so far. And I hope it reaches somebody out there who's thinking about whistleblowing to not become a whistleblower. Please don't do it. All right. We care about you. I don't know you, but the government will win. You can't beat the government. Just stay quiet. Keep the secret to you and your family. Let them deal with it after you're gone. All right. We'll see you guys mañana, 7 p.m. Eastern is the goal. Be safe, be kind, and gosh darn it, alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.